Did you feel like you had something to prove? I mean, a lot of these guys in your class all sort of have overcome something like that. Josh has talked about that he wasn't recruited, no trade.
Yeah, absolutely. I think everybody kind of has their own individual situation that they're going through that they want to prove, whether it's they didn't get the offers they felt like they deserved or they weren't looked at as good as they thought they were. But I just came in, wanted to prove who I was, prove what type of player I was, and for the people that didn't think I could get a D1 scholarship, prove that I did belong here.
Were there people that thought
Yeah, early on. I wasn't always the biggest kid in high school. I was a scrawny little 6'1" guard as a freshman, and then ended up leaving 6'8", 6'9" forward. So obviously developed, grew into my body, and that allowed me to make a scholarship and come here.
Has your time flown by here?
Absolutely has. It feels like yesterday that I was coming in freshman summer with Josh, Ben, and Evan, and here I am talking about senior day. So it's crazy to think that it's almost done.
What do you think it'll be like out there on Sunday when you're honored and all that goes with it?
I don't know, honestly. I've been thinking about it a lot, trying to think if I'm going to cry and whatnot. I know my mom will, because she's definitely the emotional one. So if she starts crying, I have a bad feeling it's going to catch up to me. So hopefully I'll keep it together.
Is leaving a legacy important for this senior group?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, coming in as freshmen, we wanted to leave our mark on the program, do something that people haven't been able to do. Going to a Final Four was definitely one of the things that we talked about. But this year, obviously, we have higher expectations and higher aspirations. But, as far as like the win totals and all that for the senior class, that's obviously a great accomplishment for us. And we're hoping to add to that with these few remaining games that we have.
What do you think the confidence level is right now? I mean, it was only one loss at Maryland, but the offense isn't as efficient in the last few games as it had been, and you guys probably aren't at full strength. Where do you guys stand right now looking at this game?
I think we're fine. You can't get too caught up into it. We looked at the Maryland film, saw what we need to work on defensively, and offensively. A couple shots that we definitely could improve on. A couple missed shots, bad shots. We didn't move the ball as well as we could have. So just look at it, learn from it. At the end of the day, like you said, it's a couple games. It's not too much to worry about. I think once we kind of focus in and get ready to go for our next game, I think we'll be fine.
One of the big questions has been the production of the bench. That obviously reflects directly on you. What's the discussion been about getting a little more production out of the guys coming off the bench?
Just get ready for the moment. We don't want to think about the past too much. Obviously, it has been a bit of a struggle for us coming off the bench, but we're just looking forward to Michigan State and hopefully picking up the slack from where the starters. And when we come in, looking to provide energy and scoring and whatever else was required.
When Trey comes back, whether he starts or whether Bronson starts, how much is that going to help the bench group? I mean, just adding that extra body.
Well, tremendously. Getting Trey back into the mix of things, you add an experienced guard who's been around, who's been in the game, obviously with close situations, and now Bronson is getting his experience with Trey being out, and having either guy come off the bench. It's going to definitely help us for the guys coming off the bench, having a guy who's played significant minutes and been out there, just another guy to run the show for us.
For you?
Yeah, it is, but at the end of the day, I can't really think about it too much. That's just kind of the position I'm in. Try and make a plays for the time that I'm in, make the best of it.
There were a couple plays in the Maryland game where it appeared you got frustrated. One was, I think, in the first half a drive where you lost the ball and looked like you thought you got fouled, and the other one when it was tied on the rebound. You normally don't show a lot of emotion. Was that disagreeing with the calls or frustrated with not being able to help in that moment?
I guess you could say it's a little bit of both, but it's more so just I realized that it was such a big game and we really wanted to win that game. So the emotions are going to get the best of you sometimes when you want it that badly. That student section and those fans were definitely getting after us. So I think that kind of triggered our adrenaline a little bit more than it normally would have.
Did the travel woes at all? And did the travel woes help at all after the loss?
You mean at like the travel situation?
Yeah, just coming back. I mean, just because you were hanging out more than you normally would in a typical circumstance.
Yeah, I guess. Obviously we love being around each other. It's a pretty special group. I think even when we're not together on the basketball court, we're together hanging out, watching movies, whatever it is, playing video games. So just getting an extra day to kind of hang out and be with each other was cool, especially, coming off a loss where everybody's kind of frustrated and disappointed with the performance. I think it was definitely a nice kind of team pick-me-up, I guess.